Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Wins? Aha moments?
Yeah, I have a win. I have locked down the YWCA for my second annual Women's Empowerment Conference. And so that'll be the first conference under my new nonprofit. So I'm really excited about that. So things are progressing nicely. And then next week, I'll be also doing another presentation for church. So I'm really excited.
Wonderful. Winning. Anyone else? We're wrapping up Subconscious Mind. We're at the end of the month. And everything that we're talking about and that we're doing is automatic or it's something new. It's important to understand the automatic part of life is not on accident, it's on plan. And there's only a way to keep growing, and that's to keep setting goals. Otherwise, you won't stay still because the laws created disintegrate. You're moving in a direction, whether you're aware of it or not. It's important to set goals that are worthy of you and to keep moving forward. We're going to go into our meditation. Relax your feet, legs, stomach, organs, chest, lungs. Every cell in the body. Shoulders. Arms, hands, jaw, tongue, eyes. Everything vibrating a perfect law of vibration. Remember, I don't have a body, I live in a body. I don't say I am hand and foot. I have a hand. I have a foot. I think of the word compassion, love, prosperity, love and compassion for the past, everyone around you. Love and compassion for the present and for the future. Go to the communities you serve. To your home. Family, friends, holidays. And abundance, and prosperity, and power, success. Welcome back. We're wrapping up the subconscious mind. What does it mean to us? How can we make it more relevant in what we do to understand it? When we look at everything in the physical world, we're looking at one primordial substance, spiritual substance, out of which all things are made. When we see everything, what we're looking at is a power that has come from somebody's awareness, someone's consciousness. Our thoughts, our words, our bodies, our food, our clothing, everything that appears to be created was created from substance. Think of that. Our thoughts, our words, our bodies, our clothes, all created from the same substance. It permeates everything, penetrates everything, and fills everything. It is the raw material of all forms. We think into it, and it gives back to us the results of our thinking. Takeaways. Majority of people are really not aware and really don't think about it and think about what we're saying. What are your takeaways on this?
We're the creators. We have the creative form to create anything out of anything. So we just got to go up to the ether, select an idea that is given to us, and move it into play. What is
Very
it
good.
that you want to see? So we're all selective. You can be anything you want. Like they said, school is right. You just got to pick an avatar.
Very good. Anyone else? Has anyone thought about what I'm saying right now? Or even the awareness to go there? It gives us a better understanding of how everything's made. One, primordial spiritual substance out of which all things are created. Our thoughts, our words, our bodies, our food, our clothing, everything that appears are created from this substance. It permeates everything, penetrates everything, and fills everything. It is the raw material of all forms. We think into it, and it gives back to us results of our thinking. That's really amazing when you really think about it. Because there's nothing outside of us that didn't first come from inside of us. What does this also mean for our ability to have everything we ever wanted? Does that really also means that you were never really disconnected from anything? We think into it and it gives back to us. The results of our thinking. It is the invisible source of all supply. It responds to our word. We contact it through the spiritual medium of our thoughts. It is omnipresent, eternal, intelligent, and encompassing. It thinks through our brains and materializes through our words, breathes through our lungs, feels through our emotions, speaks through our nerves, and repairs the worn-out tissues of our bodies. In substance, we live and move and have our being. Without substance, there wouldn't be anything that was man-made. So what does that mean for the individuals that don't see the things that they want? It's not as easy for them to get it. One, understanding money. So what does money have to do with everything that we're talking about? You want everything that's physical, don't you? You want everything that's physical. But that also means that it's spiritual first. So to want it physically, you have to want it spiritually. You're looking at the physical aspect of what matter is. The individual that first built the first chair or started to build a roof over his head, he had to first dream of it, imagine it. And then he received the ideas of how to act it out. He didn't even have the physical attachment to it. He dreamt it up. He went directly to source to fulfill a state of a human being. He went back to Hugh, higher consciousness, and brought it down to being real, something to experience. He went to a higher consciousness. He himself left the physical plane, what he was seeing, saw that it was no longer convenient, or saw that there should be more here, or thought that there should be more here. And he went up in consciousness, he raised his consciousness, and he started to imagine. And then by imagining, he started to get ideas of the scene he's at. So he comes back down, uses his eyes, and he looks at the scene of the physical world. And he sees all the things that he has available to do what? See, hear, taste, touch, smell, to use the senses with. So then he uses what he sees, and he goes back up for ideas. And as he goes back up for ideas, he comes back down. And then he thinks again. And what is he doing? He's coming to the physical world, and then he's going back to the spiritual world, to the physical world, to the spiritual world, from the physical world to the spiritual world, till he starts to devise. This higher consciousness is helping him advance decision make, how to take form and transmute it into something else. This intelligence is helping him come down and modify the physical world that he's at. To test it, to try it, until it becomes what he desires and fulfills a state. Can you imagine if this spirit was born in a whole other world? New planet, new physical things. Or maybe there was no nature, no economic nature. It was natural again. A little bit different. Maybe different plants, different type of world. But the one thing that permeates and penetrates all things would be there for you. To do what?
Help you experience what you want to experience, or anything.
Yeah.
So you can feel alive.
So you can feel alive. But think about this. Since you know the advancement to the date you're at, you know of the electrical advancement. you know deep down inside that you could advance that world all the way to where you were at, don't you? Because it's happened before.
Yes.
Interesting. Because you had the analog, you had the TV, you know that the ether networks, you know that there's radio waves, you know that there's digital. You know that it's possible for flight. So you would be able to think more advanced than the average person that first started with no thought, because you have what?
Awareness.
You have awareness, but with awareness, what you have is also programming. So let's say we landed in an island, or let's say we landed and we discovered a new world, and you're the only one there. You have analog in your program that certain things are possible, so therefore you would immediately get to work quicker than someone that had no analog. Thoughts, takeaways?
Yeah, the cells of recognition. That anything, that all substance is there, so you can just, like I said earlier, go up there and pluck an idea. And they're given to us everywhere.
Well, you have them. The programming that you have right now, you've gone through this time that was advanced in time. If you were to be stranded in a remote island, you would begin to think much quicker than someone that had no cells of recognition. But let's go back to your ability to connect with this omnipresent substance.
Well, I know that I'm spirit, and that everything is thoughts. Everything is, yeah, we can meditate. We can see what we want to see, create it, advanced creative thinking. So that's the advantage that we have. And we can start passing it along to the people that don't know.
What we're getting into now
What we're talking about is this creative process, and the average individual is using it very limited. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yes.
We just went through everything that a man sees, hears, tastes, touches, and smells is made from the same thinking substance. And if you were to take man, all of these things would disappear. They would no longer be here. And if you were to take man and plant him in another spot, if he came from this time with this level of intelligence and put him in another land, or he landed on an island, he would have more cells of recognition. He knows, look at this, he knows that he has more potential already inside of him. And therefore his faith to try new things would be more automatic. Would y'all agree?
Yes.
His faith to try flight would be more automatic. His faith to try creating a boat to float on water would be more automatic. Wouldn't y'all agree?
Yes, he can recreate it. He can recreate what was here to the new planet.
Why?
Because it's already been proven once.
He's already seen it happen. He has faith. How many generations of men that have come and gone has it taken to have the faith to try something new? That's a big wow. How many lives have come and gone? Let's say how many, if you were to have a child, how many tens would you have to have before there's one that is aware of himself, really aware? That's pretty wild, isn't it? Majority will just
We
stay
don't know.
stuck with,
Yeah.
majority will stay stuck with just being okay and being comfortable where they're at. Maybe one out of every 100,000 years. Sure, little advancements here and there. But somebody completely working with their spiritual consciousness? Two, three, four, five. Looking towards something else? Looking to want, to desire, to understand, to comprehend that there's something more than just the physical state itself. How many people do you know right now that are really awake to this information?
1%.
Not many.
Let me read this again. There's one primordial spiritual substance out of which all things are created. Our thoughts, our words, our bodies, our food, our clothes, everything that appears are created from this substance. It permeates everything, penetrates everything, and feels everything. It is the raw material of all forms. We think into it. It gives back to us the results of our thinking. It is the invisible source of all supply. It responds to our word. We contact it through the spiritual medium of our thoughts. It is omnipresent, eternal, intelligent, and encompassing. It thinks through our brains. It thinks through. What the hell? Let me say, what the hell happened here? It thinks through our brains. You say, well, that's weird. But we've been talking about the brain as an what? Electronic switching station. And we've said this several times that science can measure, and they say, well, the thoughts are not just in the finger, they're in the air around him. The thoughts are not just, we're picking up information in his hand, we're picking up information in his foot, we're picking up information around his body. There's an aura of information. It thinks through our brains.
You know, I've been trying to control the flow. I'm getting better at controlling the flow. Let me readjust. And yesterday, I was with my kids, and we went to like an arcade, right? And they got the claw machines, and it was to grab like this big cylinder with like 100 tickets or 1,000 tickets attached to it, right? So when I touched the machine, I swiped the card and I touched the machine, and it moved to where it goes to the center. So I imagined the claw going down, picking up, dropping the 100 ticket thing right there, and I stuck my hand in to grab it, and I actually stuck my hand in to the empty spot, pulled it out, and when I hit drop, the exact thing happened for me. And everybody was just looking at me like random people, because I did what I did before, and then they were trying to do it, thinking that it was like a code to the machine. But I'm practicing because I'm thinking, how can I control the flow? How strong is my magnet? What stage of my life, or like what emotional stage am I at where I can control things like this? How can they come faster? What stage of my emotion? Am I
Stage of
relaxed? Am I
consciousness.
happy? Yeah. So I'm practicing even when I'm driving, just all day, just thoughts, purifying my thoughts of and being careful what I think. Because if someone else can grab it at the same time, if I'm grabbing what they're thinking, all sorts of things can happen. So I'm thinking of things that work for me, that I want to see, that'll benefit me and the people around me.
Very good. We think into it, and it gives back to us results of our thinking. It is the invisible source of all supply. It responds to our word. Before it was a word, it was a thought. It responds to your thoughts. Does it not? Don't use the word. Just think it. Right? You don't have to pronounce it. Before you speak, I hear you. Interesting. We contact it through the spiritual medium of our thoughts. It is omnipresent, eternal intelligence, encompassing. It thinks through our brains, materializes through our words, breathes through our lungs, feels through our emotions, speaks through our nerves, and repairs the worn-out tissues in our bodies. In substance, we live and move and have our being. Substance is pregnant with life, intelligence, and power, healing. It is the substance that thinks. When it engages vibrations, it carries radio programs right into our homes. Do you not get ideas through your home? Do you not walk in the closet and get an idea? Can you not go in a basement and get an idea? Can you not send out a desire from the kitchen and receive an idea? How did the window get there? Somebody thought it into form. It carries programs into our homes. We do not have to take the roof off or put the windows up or let the radio programs in. They go right through cement, bricks, plaster, lumber, and steel without disturbing the structure in any way. Thus we see the meaning of omnipresence. There is nothing in the material world that is solid, impregnable, impenetrable. Substance is in all, over all, through all, and under all. Substance will go through tons of solid rock or concrete, just as easily as it will go through our bodies. We do not see, taste, feel, smell, or hear substance, but we know it by what it does. When it engages man's thought, it materializes the things imaged. Bam. When it engages man's thoughts, it materializes the things imaged in his thought. You see all these people down here? There's so many more. Who do you think they are? Who are all these people? And the people, yes, but they're also What I'm looking at here, I'm looking at past programming of a genetic code. Male, female. Dad, mom. What are we looking at?
Past, present, and future.
Let's say this is all the past. And we've got these two coming in.
Beliefs.
Yep. But it's also what? Hard drive. Programming. Data. Becoming one. It thinks through you. We do not have to take the roof off or put the windows up and let the radio programs in. They go right through cement, through the bricks, through the plaster, through the lumber. So everybody's past thinking, everybody's current thinking, everybody's ideas are all in the ether right now. So all of this information and all ideas to entangle with, to intercept, are all evenly present. But you only get the ideas that you're in harmony with. I could be standing next to you, and we pluck different ideas. But as we sit standing together longer, we'll start to harmonize the same ideas. We'll start to walk, talk, and act the same. Because we are a tone. I could be in one room, and somebody could be in the room across the hall from me. They're both getting different ideas. Why? According to how you're vibrating. My mind is a-center. Look at that. My mind is a-center. If I get in a group of men, in a room with men, then we start to symphonize, and we start to want to work towards an idea. Are we on? Well, the only way you know if you're on the right direction is if you're on purpose. If you're on purpose, you're thinking to a definite end. How come so many people think, but yet the perfection doesn't work through them? They think that the perfection doesn't work through them. They think that other people are different. What's different? Why is it that some men get ideas quicker than others? What's the difference?
They're thinking with the purpose.
They're on purpose. But not only are they on purpose, they're more tuned in. Majority of the people are thinking from beliefs, and this is why they stay stuck. They think their automatic is to think from here, and if your automatic is to think from here, the automatic is to give you ideas from there. And that's why this thing stays open without much intervention. Also, all these people here, how many of these do you think has gone through just to make you? Just to get you where you're at today. Now look at this. Thus we see the meaning of omnipresence. There is nothing in the material world that is solid, impregnable, impenetrable. Substance is in all, over all, through all, and under all. Substance will go through tons of solid rock or concrete just as easily as it will go through our bodies. We do not see, taste, smell, feel, or hear substance, but we know it by what it does. When it engages man's thoughts, it materializes the things imaged in the thought. Let's look at this again. When it engages man's thoughts, it materializes the things imaged in the thought. So now we have man that's thinking, and then we have this substance. Man, if we could really understand this, the better we understand this, the better we'll be. This substance just is. But the minute it hits your thoughts, it gives form to it. It acts by means of belief and conviction. Of who? It acts by means of beliefs and convictions. Whose? This is why everybody gets their own deal. We don't get what we want, we get what we are. Even though we can rearrange this. And there's only one way to rearrange that. The beliefs and the convictions are already setting up, they have already set up a chain of events for you to experience yourself outside of yourself. So when you see this physical world, when you see that, it's already happened. The world that you're in is already here because it's already directly connected to that. That's why when you work on you and you're working on reprogramming yourself, this outer ring wants to take a new shape, but you don't get any more than what you are. Look, outer ring, car. Outer ring, people, places, plots. Outer ring, home. Outer ring, the amount of money you earn. That's a result. The home, result. The people, result. The car, result. Everything in between the people and the home, which is all matter as we see it, all the things inside of the home are all brought there by you. Everything that is physical that you can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, is all formed after you thought. Everything that you can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell are results, effects. We know what it does when it engages man's thoughts. It materializes the things imaged in the thought. It materializes these things imaged in the thought. So this perfect substance, it could be anything. But guess what it gives you? Substance does the only thing that it can do. It materializes what it is flowing through. Substance is flowing through you. It does the only thing that it can do. But you didn't know that you were already on a plan. What does the acorn have? Anyone? What does the acorn have? And once
It already has an ID, a program.
it already has a program, it already has an ID. To do what? To see itself outside of itself. It's coming. Once you put this seed in the ground, it begins to expand. And it will draw everything to it. Even though all things, there's other things in the ground, but it will not attract those other things. It attracts to it what it needs to become, the bark, what it needs to become, everything that it needs to make the essential part of this thing become what it was supposed to be. The bark, the skin underneath the bark, everything, the stem, everything that it needed to become what it was supposed to be. Although all other things are around it, it only attracts to it what it was supposed to attract. Look, the car that you have was not by accident. You attracted the car in that style and that design according to beliefs. The relationships, you attracted those people with those faces because of beliefs, and then you attracted their substance because of their beliefs, because of your beliefs. So the beliefs attracted their beliefs and their substance and the way they think into your life. And then the house, the amount of money you earn, all of this is it's an attractive force. And you were supposed to experience that according to this vibration. It's setting up a chain of events. in substance that you could drop anything and it would attract whatever it was supposed to have. You can go jump and go fly and go drop you off in Canada and whoop, by law. They drop you off in China and whoop, by law. We can drop the acorn in the ground and whoop, by law. And then it'll bring more of its kind. By law. Thoughts, takeaways. Really begin to think and know that thinking is imagining. And the only way to change that is imagine something completely different. And then you got to keep repeating it. The only way to do that is to keep meditating, resting in your ideas over and over and over again until it's auto-suggestion, repetition. There's only one way to get in the subconscious mind again. We're going to go into our meditation. Calmness of mind, we want to relax. Relax your feet, legs, stomach, lungs, heart, just everything flowing with perfection, everything vibrating with the perfect law of vibration. Relax your shoulders, arms, hands, neck, jaw, tongue, eyes, become aware. Becoming more aware of who I am is. I am not a body. I live in a body. Don't say I'm hand and foot. I have a hand. I have a foot. I use ideas. I am not the idea. I use ideas. I don't say am hand, am foot. I have a hand, I have a foot. I live in a body. I don't have a soul. I am the soul. I've carried with me ideas for many years. They're not who I am. I realize now that I have the ability to release those ideas and accept new ones at my will. I am abundance. I am worthy. I am prosperity. I am power. I am success. Therefore, I am always prosperous. To the future. Bring it to the now. To the future. Bring it to the now. To the future. Bring it to the now. New home now. Friends, family. Go to the gift. What is the cause? This is the effect. How are you giving? Welcome back. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Good day.